Hey everybody, Adam from Atlas Gunworks. We've got Brian's mags here. He sent these in. He called and said they don't fit in his new Titan. And so these are standard staccato mags. It looks like they've got aluminum base pads on these newer ones. They look to be 126 millimeter, of course, all 9 millimeters. So we're just going to cover, hey, do these fit in a gun or not gun, or do they fit in one gun and not another? So there's a couple of different variations going on here, but you've got basically three factors in how a mag fits. What your grip is and your overall grip length to the bottom of the grip. There's a little variation there in some of the older guns, and the newer variations have different lengths. What mag well is on the gun and what mag catch is in the gun. And so you want your mag catch to, I think we make 3 or 4 different varieties in the height of the mag catch, but you want it to be as high as it can be and still have the system function. I think Staccato's done this as well, where they raise the mag catch up. So we've done that a couple of times. So sometimes there's some little tricks to tuning these. So I'm just going to quickly run these through. So this mag, funny enough, doesn't lock into this all that well. It almost, and if you see your mag catch here is bumped up, that's because this doesn't have enough clearance. So most likely the base pad here is stopping and it's not letting it go up high enough. When you load the mag and this is totally packed full, you often have that same pressure from the bullet pushing against the bottom of the disco rail in the slide, and after you shoot one, that'll come in and fix itself. So with an empty mag, that's a problem, but with a full mag, it's not always a problem. So keep in mind when you have a staccato mag, the best thing you can do is replace the follower and the spring. But the spring for sure, their springs are that spring's trash. That spring should be way stiffer than that. But same tube, clicks in the gun, this is flush. Everything's nice. So what we have here is a base pad problem. So you can change your base pads to fit with the mag well a little better. Now, I was messing with this earlier, and some of these fit better than others. So you've also got some variations in the tubes of where that little notch is cut out. There's going to be a little variation there. So what we call that is tolerance stacking, right? We've got 3 or 4 different things that are variables. They're all moving around, but the tube works fine. So best thing to do in this case is tune the tube and change your base pad. And so this tube also falls out nicely. You can feel, right? We want to push the button and have the mag fall around to the gun. I'm going to try to see if this tube across these other guns still drops nicely. So that's one test we're always going to do. Oh, there's, this one goes in a little stiff, but it still drops nicely. If you look at the tubes up front and they don't drop nicely, you'll see where they're dragging here, and you just take a soft hammer like this with an eye on it. You can just tap on that and you'll change the face profile here a little bit and stop the dragging. Another thing you can do is take blue is better than black Sharpie and just color the front, and then you see where it's dragging on that front. It almost always drags in that front spot. And this is a lefty gun, so a little bit different scenario there. So I'm just going to run through these and see what other weird things. So this won't even hardly click. A lefty gun, you can see there, right? And again, I think this is going to be a clearance issue. Sometimes those are hard to do. So let's do the same thing with this tube. Boom. So I think the tubes are fine. We're going to do the full tune on these. So we always have the STI tubes, squeeze them here, or check this distance 1 inch down. Plenty of videos we've done about that. And then I'll check the feed lip dimensions. We'll put at least new springs in them, but probably new springs and followers. And then if your base pad's interfering with your mag well, and different mag wells, different grips, different base pads are going to have different interactions, then just change your base pad. So I don't have in front of me an Atlas base pad, but we're going to get an Atlas base pad, try it on these guns. If that solves the problem, life's good. And this is a G3. We'll just make sure they're all G3s. These Checkmate mags have been problematic over the years. They're for literally on version 3, which when they hit the tolerances on the 3s, they work. But the previous generations don't. And sometimes when they're stamping, they're not quite hitting the tolerances and they have some trouble. But all of that's tunable. We have lots of videos on how to tune these. So we're going to grab some base pads and come right back and show you how that worked. All right, everybody, we're back. Okay, so I have a standard Atlas base pad for a 126. And I'm just going to take the old crappy spring with the standard follower there. Again, those should be upgraded, the springs for sure. So that's an Atlas base pad with the Atlas little retaining plate. And we're going to just stick it in the gun and it fits perfect and it's smooth. So again, there's a clearance issue, right? fits in there smooth. If I look in here, I can see the base pad's not touching anything. We do not design ours to work with the older mag wells, so this shouldn't work. See here? Yeah, and it doesn't, right? So this base pad's making contact up in this corner. So that's really what you're looking for, is a little bit of base pad. If you're unsure, the test is just a tube. Does it drop free? And does it fit in and lock in nice without anything there? And then start looking on the bottom side of the guns to see, hey, is this locking out on the base pad? So there's a little bit of tolerance stacking that goes on with these. Everybody's always kind of trying to improve the guns by changing different things, making the mag catch ledge higher or whatever. And you got to be ready for that. If they stick when they're just a tube, we'll come back to just a little bit of tapping, you know, a little bit of forward banging there is great. And then if they're not feeding well, there's lots of videos that we do on how to make the feeding better. But always put a better spring in here. And then in the case you want to run the STI or staccato tubes in your Atlas gun, sometimes you're going to have to switch the base pad to match the mag well. And then just for reference, we'll put, you know, you got a premium base pad with the toolless set up, and that's going to fit in our guns, no problem. I can stick it in straight. And then that's also going to work here. So the premium base pad solves for just about everything. Hope to see you guys on the range soon.